France and Turkey levelling serious accusations then against Greece. Let's get a response from the country's migration minister, Nότης Μηταράκης, who joins us now, and we appreciate your time. So you just heard our CNN report there, the migrants telling our team that they were treated like animals by Greek authorities. In the past, you have said reports of these allegations are, quote, the result of propaganda by illegal smuggling networks who are losing tens of millions of euros. So CNN was there reporting on it firsthand. Do you still stand by what you have said in the past?
Absolutely. Greece fully respects international law. We currently have 95,000 asylum seekers that are now in Greek soil, and we are processing their application in accordance with European and international legislation. I'm in the island of Mytilene today, the island of Lesbos, where we have 12,000 migrants, which are now homeless because their camp was burned by 6 Afghani refugees who have been arrested. Now, it is the responsibility of the Turkish Coast Guards, I need to tell you, under the EU-Turkey joint statement of 2016, to prevent boats leaving Turkish soil. It is the responsibility of the Turkish Coast Guards to prevent them crossing the European line. This is an agreement between the European Union and the Republic of Turkey, which needs to be followed. Greece is protecting the Greek and the European borders. We stand in the middle line, and we operate in accordance to their regulations.
Sir, every human being has a right to at least seek safety. And I just want to go back to what was reported by Germana, talking to migrants who say they were pushed back from Greece by Greek coast guards and said that they had their belongings and money taken. One woman said she was grabbed by the neck, she was hit, and the Coast Guard here put a knife to her husband's stomach and held a gun to her son's head. How do you respond to those allegations?
This is absolutely not truth. The Hellenic Coast Guard has saved tens of thousands of lives in the Mediterranean Sea in the last many years. They fully respect the life. And this year, I have to tell you, we have had a record low fatal accident, thanks to their immediate response when there is a shipwreck, like we have recently seen in Creta, in Halki, and other places, where the Turkish authorities intervene with the search and rescue of the Hellenic Coast Guard, which saves human lives. Listen, Becky, it's very simple. The smugglers are losing tens of millions of euros because Greece is protecting the European and Greek borders, both at sea and the land borders. It is our constitutional obligation to do so, and we do it in the appropriate and legal way. Also, it appears that these people in Turkey, they are not at risk. They appear they are being supported by the Turkish authorities. They cooperate with the Turkish authorities. And under the Geneva Convention, it appears like the Commissioner for Migration, Ylva Johansson, recently said in a response to the European Parliament that they are in a safe place. And the concept of refugee seeking asylum is moving from an unsafe place to a safe one. Here they seem to be in a safe place.
So can I just press you before I move on? How do you explain what these migrants told my colleague Germana Karadze of the abuse by the Greek Coast Guard?
I can't tell you what's the motive behind the story. Maybe they started their trip and they couldn't get in the middle line because they saw that the Greek Coast Guard and the Greek Navy was at the Greek territorial waters, and they came back, or their engine broke down, or a million things could have happened.
In the last couple of hours, the president of the EU tweeting, the European Commission tweeting, next week we will put forward the new pact on migration. She says we will take a human and humane approach. Saving lives at sea is not optional, and those countries who fulfill their legal and moral duties or are more exposed than others must be able to rely on the solidarity of our whole EU. You have told me in the past that Greece can simply no longer cope and needs more from the EU. Is that sufficient, what you are hearing from the Commissioner today?
We're just starting a long debate. The President of the European Council, Charles Michel, was here with us in Lesbos yesterday. There is a big debate about the need to protect the common European borders, the need to do common returns for those not entitled to international protection, the need for those that have been recognized as refugees to be allowed to move within the European Union as evidence of solidarity. But also we need to note that there have been times of crisis also, like the attempt of Turkey to weaponize the migration crisis end of February and using it as a political tool. So for Greece, migration has a absolutely humanitarian angle. We have had a rapid response here in the camp of Moria, which was burned and 12,000 people were homeless. And within very few days, we built a new camp with better conditions than the previous one to make sure that everyone is provided food, water, medical supplies, especially at the time of the pandemic. So the humanitarian angle is an absolute priority for us.
No, and I understand that. And last time you spoke, you made that point, and we were discussing that fire at the Moria camp in Lesbos. I'm sure you're as interested in those who are there and their welfare as I am. You told me that some 406 unaccompanied. Hang on, sir. Sorry, let me just make my point because it's important, and I know you'll have an answer for me. Some 406 unaccompanied minors were transferred to Athens, you told me. Where are they now, sir, and what are their prospects?
2 of them have been arrested for causing the fire. They have been taken to the prosecutor today, and 4 other people also from the Afghan community in Moria are responsible, according to police footage, for causing the fire. And the reason they caused the fire, it was to blackmail the Greek and other governments to move them out of Moria. When you come to a country and you seek asylum, you're obliged to respect the laws of the countries and also the lives of 12,000 other asylum seekers living next to you in a camp.
What's the prospect for the camp and for Greece's ability to cope going forward?
We are able to process more applications than arrivals this year. We have processed 60,000 applications, so we're reducing substantially the backlog, and we think by Easter next year there will be no backlog in any of the Greek islands. Those entitled to international protection, they get the resident status in Greece, they get travel documents as provided in the treaties. The question remains, how do you deport back to the countries of origin those not entitled to international protection? It's very critical for the whole concept of refugees to be able to return those not being refugees, and that's where also countries of origin need to be more cooperative with the European Union.
You've spoken to me twice in the last couple of weeks. It's so important that we hear your position and that you can be given an opportunity to respond to some of what we've been reporting on and investigating. So thank you for joining us, and I do hope that we will speak again. And